follow here. Hey, excuse me, please. I'm going to put this up here for a second. When I walked in that door, I think the IQ, the average IQ in this room dropped about 30 points. I don't know what I'm doing here. I really don't. I have no idea, and I'm sorry I'm pacing back and forth, because if I stand still, I'm going to fall over. First, tangents upon tangents upon tangents. And this man was, when I first met him, and I'll tell you that story in a second, it was just amazing. I just said, where has this guy been all of my life? Now, to tell you what kind of a guy Eddie was, and I have not seen him very much throughout these many years that we've known each other. When I walked in, it was just a couple of days ago, July 3rd, was it? And Adam, I hadn't seen him since he was a child. In fact, I don't even remember seeing Natasha at all. And they both said, Pat, oh, you're Pat, come on in, here's Dad. And they knew these stories about me. And I said, how did you know that? Their father had told them all these stories about someone they barely knew. You know, all the people here that have talked, and they've talked a lot, and they've said about his enthusiasm and his spirit, but that whole thing about righteousness and being the right guy, doing the right thing. He raised these kids so wonderfully. I was just amazed. I was in tears when I was there. So you kids are wonderful. I love your father. You talk about a party he should be at, for the love of God. You know. Now, all right. How did we met at their house in Evanston. It was a very, very snowy day. I don't know how I got there. We got there with relatives, friends. There were some strange connections with cousins and things. But when we got there, Eddie and I immediately connected. It was snowing. What are we going to do? We're going to build a snowman. And of course, Mr. Technical, he knows all about how to make the best snowman. The absolute best snowman. Not only was it a best snowman, it's another one of his gifts he gave me, but he made a little memento of it right here. He made a little garbage can for me, pasted with all the things that he had remembered me about throughout the years. But here's the snowman, which is about a 10-foot tall snowman that we all constructed. Later on in life, people would come to my house and see this and say, hey, that's my mom. You know, I mean, this was up on the shelf. I don't know who half these people. I know I do. There's David is in there and everybody. You can take a look at that later. But at this party, Eddie and I connected immediately on various levels. And what am I doing here? What does he want from me? What does he get? Well, I taught language overseas, English, for several years, 8 different countries, 20 years or something. And no big deal. Eddie, what is this? He said, no, tell me about your experiences. Tell me about your experiences. And I did. And he wrote back, and we wrote back and forth. And he was just such a wonderful correspondent. All the letters which I do have in a box somewhere up in the attic. I'll bring that later. But I just want to sum it up in this way and just say, he was a man who I am going to miss terribly, but I have not seen that much over all these many years. But when we got together, we had a moment that will last forever. And you want some more stories? I'll tell you more later. Eddie was my man, and I'm going to miss him terribly.